Hey y'all, this is Moni.
And this is Kat.
Hey Kat. And this is the Fake Ass Book Club. Wait, can we both say it or no?
Guys, welcome back to the Fake Ass Book Club. It's your girl Moni.
And this is Kat.
What's up, Kat?
You know, just have some guests today, so we're on our best behavior. We're professional.
That's not true.
That's
entirely
professional.
Okay, so and then if you're looking
normal,
look. Okay. We're gonna do a quick intro. We're gonna double back, but I want to take our time to introduce our guests today. So we have 3 of the members of the Made Man Improv show, and the creator. He's over in the corner. He gets to go last, but we're gonna come back to him. So I want to start with you. Can you introduce yourself, friends?
How everybody doing? I'm Troy Oliver.
What's up, Troy Oliver? Good to be here today.
No, my name is Troy, Trimmer Troy. I'm happy to be here today.
Thank you. What about you over here?
My name is Gerald. People know me as Gweezy. I'm also happy to be here today. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, very happy.
It's nice to everyone's
And then
here on their own accord.
who's the one in the corner over here? Y'all can't see him.
My name is Trimmer Troy.
Wow.
I just like to give them a little bit more energy because this,
cool.
yeah. So as we progress,
it'll
pick up.
It's weird. We're getting to know each other. It's okay.
It's good. Y'all done fed them donuts and everything.
That's right.
That
the sugar's gonna kick in.
Yeah, you know. But my name is Jay Bland, Made Man. I'm the creator of the Made Man Improv show. This is my second time on y'all's show, and it's an honor to be here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they say twice is nice, so yeah. And it's better this time because I got my friends here with me, so it'll make more sense in the interview. So yeah, it'll be dope.
It. Listen, we're going to get back to you guys in just a second. So we appreciate y'all being here today. I wanted to go ahead. Let's dedicate the show, friend, before we get started. Hands into her, you guys. I actually wanted to dedicate the show to you guys because you just had your season finale. And I feel like that's super dope. It was a good turnout. We got a chance to go and interview some of you guys' audience members. They were live. It was super cool. So I wanted to dedicate this. I want to dedicate this to y'all because y'all are people rep for you guys. People show up for everything y'all do, and that's not nothing. Getting people to leave their homes, spend money, and come see y'all. That's
get a babysitter
in the cold in the winter. It's a big deal. So shout out to you guys. I also would like to thank you. Welcome. I also want to dedicate the show to, all of our patrons, supporters. You guys are the real MVPs. We thank you for tuning in. And what about you, friend?
Yes, and your dedication. I also wanted to dedicate this to Kyla Juan, who we saw at the show last night, who's about to finish school.
I missed
We had her on the it was, no, you saw her?
I missed her.
Oh, you missed, the part because she got called out by one of our guests today for having the classiest twerk ever.
Let's go.
So
Classy
that was
twerk.
Kyla.
Oh,
yes.
Yes. That classy twerk was that was very
official.
professional. That was a corporate twerk.
That's how she hits everything.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
They're still trying to find something she can do.
Wow.
Listen, so I'm just saying that's the vibes, man.
So this goes out to her. Dedication over.
All right, dedication over. All right, you guys. So we're gonna get into the show. I brought you guys back today because we're trying to give Justin a redo. You do deserve that. Understand? Listen, listen. For those of you who do not podcast, it's a whole bunch. It's audio, it's a lot of production. It's just us two. So I feel like we were using new software or something that day.
It was book club.
Listen,
we have real ass jobs.
The fact that we're here, please understand. I'm just saying,
no,
give us
the forgiveness was already there after the episode. We talked about it. We seen it. We chopped it up. We was like, okay, the forgiveness was there.
What
it was
just. Then? What's the problem?
I was tuning into the next episodes, and they were just glass. It was just crisp, and I was just like, why me?
I know it'd be
so
like
that's
that.
the forgiveness is bringing it up.
Forgiveness.
No, I was already. It was already forgiven. Then it's like
we got to keep talking about it after we've been forgiven.
We done. We here now. So
we are. This is the ultimate forgiveness. I'm gonna give you another chance. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Wow. Okay, that's enough. That's too much. Okay, so you guys, I wanted to kind of give. So since the audio was terrible, if you don't mind, Justin, or if you guys want to jump in, somebody tell us what's the beginning part of the Made Man Improv show? How did it start? What's the deal?
It's definitely.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it can be the cliff notes, and then gotta be the.
All right, we're gonna give the quick rundown because it started several times.
Okay.
So it started back in 2013 at Vincennes University. We're just gonna go ahead and jump ahead to me leaving Vincennes University 2013, and we did it at a couple colleges. We did it at ISU, IU, VU, and it was a success. But when I got home, it was just like I need to do something else. I need to enhance it. But when I try to bring it back the first time, it was just like, nah, this is not gonna work. And timing is everything. And it kind of plays into these guys right here because we went to school together. Actually, went to high school together. Me and Gerald actually went to middle school together as well.
I was gonna ask, like, how do y'all even know each other? So middle school, that's way back.
Way back.
We know each other from middle school too. So.
I know. So is it a competition?
Same.
No.
I'm just playing. I'm gonna say we're trying to beat you.
No. So I think it was 2017 actually. It was the around this time, 2017. I felt like I was like in a 5-year slump from 2013 to 17, 18. And it was just like, man, I need to do something. I was inspired by my peers to bring back, my improv show. I was seeing different improv shows here in the city, and I was just kind of just like, man, this is tight, but I know I got something in the chamber. So 2017, we just had some open sessions. People came out. It was pretty dope. I think we started off with like 7 people. I think they were 2 of those 7 people.
So they OGs out
Yeah,
here.
so there was 2 of those 7 people who came to the first session. Next week was like 14 people. The following week it was like 21. The following week it was like 30 something. So I was just like, oh, we got something here. So that's why I was like, all right, I want to make it into a class. Pick 16 people and let's just see what we can do with it. And then I don't even think we were like planning to have a show, which is the crazy part.
Yo, wait a minute. It was a class. It was just a straight.
It was Made Man Improv Academy.
Nice.
Yeah, so
okay.
people would just come and just do improv games and connect, team building and stuff like that. So it was like you don't have to be a comedian, an actor. You can just be somebody who want to get out of their shell, who want to be able to speak in front of their peers or their class or at their job. So that's what it was. And then it just spiraled into the Made Man Improv show because I think I was talking to Gerald. He made a side note like, bro, this could be like, this is something like Saturday Night Live or In Living Color. And I was just thinking like, and I started looking at the group and I was like, you know what, we having a show next month. And everybody was just like, a show?
Like, we are?
Yeah, it's like, what does that look like?
Right.
And of course I still had the vision from when I done it at, colleges and stuff. But I think they really didn't get what it was until the intermission of the very first show. And it looked like we won the championship game. It was like, all right, y'all, calm down. We still got a second half to go do because it was like, that's when they got it. Like, of course, even people in the city, they was like, what is improv? People think of improv. They automatically people's like, I just think of white people. And I was just like, that's just what they, So it was just like, I think of white people. So for $5, tickets was $5 then. So the people was just like willing to just like, well, I got $5. Let me go support these guys. So when they came out in that first half and they were just on fire. And then you can just see the crowd, just like the hunger for it, like for more. So we went to intermission. It was just like, y'all, we'll be right back. We're going to intermission. And then we actually have footage of it, of us coming back there, hugging, slapping five, like the excitement. It was just like, this is what an improv show is. Like, this is what we're about to do. And then we try to just cut it at one show and say, all right, y'all, we won and done. That was just on our checklist. And the city was just like, no.
It was like, no, we don't need more of that.
It
was like crack. So would you compare your show to crack?
We actually, that's actually the analogy that we said.
I mean, like,
because we was like, we're going to sell it for cheap, get them hooked, and then raise the price. Right. That's literally what we did. Yeah. That was the business. Seriously, that's what it was. And then now when tickets sell out 5 years later in 26 hours, people are like, are y'all serving crack at the show? And it's just like,
listen, that's the other part too. Like, I feel like your show is pretty popular to the point where you might not get tickets. Like, we low key, I was taking my okay. Well, let me just say, we almost didn't make it. Okay, like we almost didn't make it in this thing, but I'm trying to think. I found out about you. I think I shared this with you guys. Were you the first time? But Eric Dizzy, y'all familiar with him? Yeah. Like he had an episode where you were on there and he was talking about improv. Because I was telling him a little about me. I'm an outgoing person. I'm social, but also I get shy in front of groups and stuff. So I was like, I want to do improv, but to your point, like I was like, I don't want to do it with a whole bunch of just white people.
Yeah.
No offense to people who happen to be white out there, but just because you're supposed to be being vulnerable,
gets weird sometimes.
You know what I mean? So I was like, I really want to do something like that where I can get out of my shell and kind of be more free. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure.
He mentioned you, and so I was like, let me check out one of his shows. Took my husband. He is a grandpa. Like, he had a blast. Like, he was like, no, that's good. He's a hard critic.
One of the reasons we're friends is because her husband doesn't go to anything.
Nothing. He
so
is
like
not
a lot of
social.
times I would go to
social.
stuff all the time to the point where like your coworkers would be like, so is your husband a real person?
They thought I was making this dude up. Yeah, it was like, we don't ever see him. I'm like, I try to respect his person.
Thing,
he's not social. Yeah. But he enjoyed it. So I feel like that was a lot.
Fire.
So because even I have friends who live out of state, and it's like, you know, bringing them to Indiana, I don't want to say it's embarrassing.
Sometimes it's
but I just think, like, if you're not the pop culture person, like, what do you take people to? Like, I would 100% friends from New York be like, we got to hit this show. Because for one,
we can get tickets.
Because for one, I know that it's, because we got to play, we get in the building. But also because I think that black events can get a bad rap, right? Like, you're scared you're going to get shot.
Why was we just saying this at the show yesterday?
You feel me? People's arms is crossed. People are not, like,
we
friendly.
used to make that joke. We'd want to leave Cloud9 before the nightly shooting.
Listen, we got to get
That's
fucking
wild.
out here. The nightly shooting. Yeah, the nightly shooting is the worst.
We want to have the parking want to be clear of the parking lot.
Like a reporter.
It hasn't happened yet, but it sure will pop off here
It will
soon.
be the nightly shooting. Yeah.
Shots in the west side.
Y'all know about the nightly shooting.
The
right?
nightly shooting.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's terrible.
That's a fact.
So yeah, it's just
But not
like,
at the Made Man show.
Not at y'all show, you know what I'm saying? So it was just super dope to be a part of something that you could feel that organic. First of all, just the partnership part of you guys' team. So, and I feel like I'm talking a lot. You can pop in. Okay, that's true. But that brings me to the next part, though. I really wanted to talk to you guys about, you know, team building. So a lot of what you do is improv, obviously. You have to have a team. So it's impressive on a lot of levels. Let's talk about the first one. So once you get your team, like, what are you looking for in people? Like, if you're auditioning to be part of the Made Man, like, what are the characteristics that you're looking for?
Willingness.
I'm asking for a friend.
Readiness. That's it. People think I'm asking for willingness and readiness, because everybody, you can have the most talented person to say, I want to do it, and then they think their talent is just going, well, I got this to do tonight, and I got to be here tonight, and it's just like, bro, your talent is not going to, or sis, your talent is not going to just get you in. Right? You have to actually be here. You have to be willing and ready. Mm-hmm. You have to be coachable. So some people come in and they be like, oh, you dope, but you're not willing to learn anything else from your peers or myself. So we got to let you go. And we've had that happen where we had some people who was just like amazing. It would have been dope to have them on stage. But I was like, you come in here and you pollute the room instead of actually enhancing it. So it's like, I personally would much rather have 7 mediocre willing people than to have 5 all-stars who just not willing to learn anything else.
Sound like a basketball coach.
I was just thinking about the dream team.
So
the Olympic team that lost.
I was thinking about Spreewell or something. Like, he
that's think about Spreewell.
Not very coachable.
Yeah, so really just got to just be willing and ready and coachable. And other than that, everything else will fall into place, because I feel like when we had it formatted as the academy, our goal was to have some people who are good, have some people who are mediocre, and then have some people that people would question, like, why are they there? And then as you're going and building, you know, the good people should be able to inspire both levels of the why are they there, or the mediocre people. The mediocre people want to do better, to where it's just like, well, I got potential to be a top tier captain, so let me get better. And then the bottom, like, oh, I don't want to stay on the bottom. So it's like so it's like a cycle of people getting better. Yeah, it's a cycle of getting better.
You gotta be comfortable with it. Like, that's a hard lesson. I think a lot of people too, especially now, you want to start at the top. Like, you know, even like what we're doing. Like, I know that sometimes, like, our audio wasn't fucking fantastic for your okay.
Let's make that the last time we bring that up.
I'm done with it. I'm done.
I'm sorry for yelling. I'm just saying. But it's still showing up after that, though. It's still like with the goal of getting better each time and being okay with shit not being perfect every single time. You know what I mean? Because, like, that's hard, though. Yeah. Because sometimes you be like, damn, you know. But just that energy
I am more
to keep
comfortable
going
with failure.
Are you?
Yes, like, you're just gonna fail sometimes. Like, there's just
no
getting around
success
it.
is scary.
Like,
Do y'all feel like that? Is it just us? Is success scary to y'all, or y'all feel like
no?
For real, I was just
Troy,
that reminds me of something I was just watching the other day that was talking about science. I can't believe what I can't remember what I was.
Science.
Oh, it was Abbott Elementary, but it was an episode, and they were talking about, and he was talking about how failure propels science.
Yeah,
and it was like, because they have to keep failing to figure out what we did wrong in order to figure out how to do it right. And I was like, dang, I never thought about it like that. It makes so much sense.
Yes, and that, because like we're talking about fire crew, because in a hypothesis you don't prove something, you null a hypothesis, like you rule stuff out. So it's just a series of failures.
Yes,
that's exactly what improv is, honestly.
Yeah, man.
Like
that's tough, though.
Yeah.
Listen, I was about to say, because before doing this, like, me failing on stage, it would be I have anxiety. It would be the worst thing in the world for me. Like,
and he would show it too.
When we did,
he would show it. No, seriously, like, I'm dead serious. Like, he would show it. Like, he got way better at that, but he would show it.
When we did, what was it, the 5 heartbeats?
Temptations.
When we did Temptations,
he messed it up again.
And I messed up horribly on that. They'll tell you, like, we practiced like righteously, like.
Was y'all not there that
2 weeks?
I didn't see.
But leading
thank
up
God.
to this.
Okay, yeah, thank God.
And
now, thank God.
It was horrible. I'm glad you know it's not memorable.
Okay.
But
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's a little memorable, but I messed up like on those dance moves, and like I was able to like laugh my way through that because it was just like it is what it is. Like I'm out here, I'm doing it. But me, like to be me in high school.
Yo.
Oh, I am a complete failure.
Right. See, I'm more honestly, I fall on the spectrum of you. It'd be like, oh my God. Like super dramatic with it. Like, oh my God. Like I can't show my, you know what I mean? And it's like, but I will attest to that. Like humor is something that I like use to kind of like, it's like, y'all didn't see that either. Like, whole clown.
Facts. Slap your way through it.
I mean? Yeah, because don't take yourself so serious. You know, at the end of the day, you are out there.
Most people aren't even thinking about you. Like the stuff that you're
Facts.
concentrating on, everyone's worried about themselves. Like for the most part.
And a lot of times it's funnier because you messed up.
Yeah, especially with improv. Yeah, I can't say that with improv. It's funnier when you mess up because they like, oh, this is not scripted. Yeah. So I do think the scary part of success is trying to sustain it. Like I think that's the scariest part because it's like, oh, for 5 years I've been on top. What's next? And it's just like we kind of just winging this thing too. You know, we got plans, but we still kind of just like, I don't know what's next.
It's like elevators. It's like, man, I'm just show.
Yeah, man. So that is, I think that, you know, improv is something that I like introducing to Black folks who maybe aren't into it, because I do think that it is something that they're not necessarily checking for, you know what I'm saying? And it's super dope though, because it's like you said, I mean, like it gives you, you guys do skits, so let's talk about how you format your show. So y'all just had the season finale, which we
because I want to do like an after show recap real quick because it was funny. It was very funny.
I didn't get to see it.
But I mean, you heard it. Like you heard some of it before you left, because it's so funny how like comedy shows, like any kind of shows, like you can kind of. Can you wake that up so I can make sure it's still recording? Just touch the screen.
Oh shit! No, look.
Is it touch screen?
I'm sure it's fine.
No, I guess
we don't
not.
know.
I guess it'll keep recording.
Fine.
Whatever.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Anyway.
See, we just talked about failure, so if it's a failure,
right. If it's
you see right now.
Failure.
Listen here.
Right. Because now I can't see the levels, so I don't know how to work.
Well, that's okay. It's fine. We're gonna keep it moving.
Anyway, but like in any kind of comedy show, you can hear the ebbs and like flows of the laughs. Like it's kind of wild. Like even when I'm not in there, you could just hear the laughter and kind of feel what's going on. And the fact that y'all's audience is such a big part of the show. Like it makes the show, because we were interviewing people as they were coming in. And so if you had to guess, because we asked people like what their favorite game is.
Oh yeah.
Like what is your guess for what the favorite game is? Because there was definitely a favorite.
I'm going to say...
I'm gonna say Snap Clap.
I'm gonna say Snap Clap.
Yeah, it's definitely Snap Clap.
It was definitely Snap Clap.
I don't think of it as a game.
Out question. Like it was. This is the part where I'm gonna plug in like from the show that part and stuff like that. But yeah, and there was also a singing contest where someone won how much?
Yo,
$600.
Excuse
plus
me?
what is it? A robot.
Robot vacuum thing.
Let's talk about the Roomba. They're not paying me. The Roomba revolutionized my life.
Yeah, so that was probably one of the highlights of the show, because we loved like, especially like holiday shows, we love like giving back. Like we love doing that. So
we ever been to a? Well, no, we did. We went to the end of the year.
You went to the end of the year show, but we didn't make it a Christmas show.
Because I was like, that's super dope.
It felt like Oprah's favorite things.
21.
It did feel like Oprah's favorite things a little bit.
Wait a minute. When you said there was an envelope under the thing, we was like, he's lying.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, it was
he lying
because we was huddled up.
Oh, okay.
I said one of these days I'm really gonna put something. I probably said this out of 25 shows.
This was like a lie.
Yeah, for sure. Out of 25 shows, I probably said that probably 15 times.
So we missed it.
That was to get everybody moving.
I just get everybody moving, blood flowing. Yeah, but the cash karaoke was definitely like, she really went home with $600.
Who was it? Do y'all remember? We'll find her.
We'll play.
Because I'm about to play. Yeah.
Kiala.
So they was out here just crooning. Like, you just have a
And
talented...
the audience was backing her up. It was beautiful. That was one of the most
I
beautiful
told
moments
them
of the
that. I
show.
said, did y'all hear the background singers and the audience? They was really harmonizing.
Like, perfectly harmonized.
Yeah, and I was just like, wait, we got the Made Man Mass Choir.
amazing.
Yeah, for real.
Y'all should.
Facts.
That's why it's improv, because it's like, we didn't come to no rehearsal.
Well, so moving on. It sounds like a fantastic evening is what I'm hearing. I'm mad that I missed, you know what I'm saying, had to miss all of that goodness. So so now that you guys, so y'all are a team. Y'all been doing this for how many years? Like, this has been going on, you said, since 2013?
Well, together, 5 years.
5 years, okay. Excellent. And so my thing is how do you get people to buy in? You know what I'm saying? Like, your fans, the supporters are like, they go hard. Like, everybody we talk to, oh yeah, we've been here a bunch of times. Or the people who were there were like, we're here because they brought me here. You know what I'm saying? And so I remember talking to one young lady, asking her like how many times. She's like, 9. I'm like, what brings you back the 9th time though? Like, if you've already seen the show, like, why are you here once more?
I think it's just, honestly, I think it's just us being genuine. We don't try to fake anything. So I think even in your personal life, when people can just see that you're authentic and they can see you genuine, they want to support. When people try so hard to get support and if I was doing this, y'all would be supporting me. If I was doing that, y'all be. And it's just like, you're begging for support at that point.
That's true.
Like, if that's what I got to do to get your support, then that is gonna be when you just get a person to come at one time and be like, oh, I'm one and done. Mm-hmm. He begged for my support, here I am. But I feel like they can actually see the brotherhood off stage. I feel like they can see because that brotherhood off stage, and it's not just with us, but it's just like with everybody else, like that chemistry, it's gonna build on stage because of the things we do off stage. Because a lot of other groups, they say, well, we meet the week of our show. We meet every week, and that's mandatory once a week, and then that's not including the outings and stuff like that. Those outings are just as important as the rehearsals. So I would say, I think they can kind of see that, and they say like, oh, there's no pump faking here. Like, this is the real deal. These guys are genuine. They really do this. They really want to do this, and it's so easy for them to support. G.
I think it's just something different in the city, because I mean, like you said, it's different improvs in the city, but you really don't hear about it. But like, our show it's getting talked about. Like, people, if you're not on social media, you hear about it through word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? Or if you see Troy out, hey, ain't you part of such and such, bro? Y'all been trying to come to the show. Jay playing me or whatever. Like, it's just different in the city, so they be like, let's just go, because we all can go clubbing. You know what I'm saying? You get tired of that.
It's
the people
boring.
who don't like to go clubbing, you see the same people at the Made Man. You finna see some people that I've never seen this person in my life.
Yes, it be the same ones, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Repeat customers at every club, every weekend.
It's people that come up to us like, I was at y'all show, and we be like, you was? Like, I would have never knew. Like, I would have never knew. Or whatever. So I think it's just people keep coming back because it's something different. You don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Like, you just know you finna get some clowns on stage, but you don't know what kind of show you finna get.
I like that. What would you say?
I just feel like we have an infectious product. Like, it's
Justin, I want you to talk louder.
Yeah, I feel like I'm on stage.
He's like, I'm ignoring
this is me on stage, and I got him on the side.
Hey, say louder in the mic. Louder.
Editing for Cat.
No, but I feel like we have an infectious product. Like, you come to our event and it's like, wow, I didn't know that this is what this was going to be, and it's something like I want to come back and I want more, and then I want to go and tell everybody else that I know about this, and like, no, this is something you have to see. And then it's like one of those things that when they come see it, it's real deal. Like, no, this was something that I had to see. This is dope. And then it's just a domino effect, and it keeps going and going and going.
The best compliment is, especially for first timers, I can't believe this is my first time coming.
Yo.
I can't believe we be on show 25 and they say I really missed 24 shows and this has been in my backyard. Like, this is crazy. So a lot of people get the supporters now, and they gotta chill. But our main supporters, they be mad at they be mad at new supporters. Like, you stupid, you ain't never been to a show, you stupid. And it's like, for this month to grow, we constantly need those new supporters. We constantly need those people to feel like this is my first time, and yet they still welcome me. You know, because sometimes our audience, our support system can be pretty brutal, because it's just like, no, y'all should have been supporting. But it's just like, I mean, I love it. They go hard for us.
That's nice.
Yeah, but it's just like, all right, y'all, be nice.
Right,
like,
don't be scaring the new people away. We trying to build stuff.
Right. Because they be like, man, nah, you don't start trying to come now. And then they turn around and look at us and say, now. We want y'all to get Banker's Life. And they be like, bro, stop it. Like, y'all ran off 100 people. Y'all want us to get a bigger venue. Relax.
That's crazy.
That's dope, though. I that's the one thing that when I won, that was one of the things that impressed me the most. Like, people keep going to your shows because, and that's the thing, y'all, how do you keep that creative energy going? Like, you just spoke on, like, how you don't know what you're going to get. Where does the inspiration come from?
I think my fuel comes from, like, which is why we do, like, the new groups. I feel like when you have a core group that can help build. So a lot of people say, well, y'all done? Y'all done for the year? What's going on? Y'all not coming back? This group is over. It's like, no, I'm keeping my core group. But so we can extend the invitation to other people. We like to add new people. And with that, they bring a new energy. Yeah. I feel like I wouldn't be as creative if I just had the same group for 5 years straight.
I can see that.
Because it would kind of just be like, all right, well, we kind of did that. But when you get new people, even if they're like top tier or they like, well, I'm just coming so I can get out of my shell, they're going to bring some new energy to where it's going to spark an idea where you're like, I got something for you. And Gerald, you're going to be able to help them. I got something for y'all too. Troy, you definitely going to be able to help them. And it kind of just keeps the ball just rolling. Right, so you intertwine those new people, you intertwine new games, new things for like the audience, because like you said, we big on audience participation. Yeah. When you come, I don't want you to feel like this is something I could have just turned on the TV and watch in silence, but we want you to actually come and experience it and be a part. Raise your hand, come on stage, and get you even if you don't want to come on stage, you can be right there with your boo and get you a professional twerk. So
a professional twerk, the best kind there is. You know
and a room full of people encouraging.
Exactly. Right, and that was some of the best footage we had. Yeah. We was just like, look at these couples twerking by themselves and everybody around them just cheering them on.
Yeah, that's dope.
It was.
It's a nice little twerk session.
Wait, I missed something because you were doing trivia. What's the name of the fox?
Okay.
I wonder if they know.
Here, can you put this?
What did it start with?
Oh my God!
You tell me a letter to start with.
Lewis.
I got it.
Oh my!
Is it Lewis?
Come on, man.
Lewis.
Big Lewis.
We was just talking about it on FaceTime the other day. You said it.
Lewis.
Yeah.
His name is Lewis.
Yeah, somebody said, and it's spelled like Lewis, like the last name. So it's not.
I don't know how to spell things.
Lewis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the LOU one.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I mean,
somebody was just like, "Why would you name it Lewis?"
I didn't know one was the first and last, so I'm learning things.
So really, it's Lewis the Fox. The reason why it's Lewis is because my teacher Michelle Lewis from Arlington High School. She's the one who like literally shaped me and molded me. It was just like, nah, you bigger than what we can offer you here. You need to go out and do some dope things. So
like Gerard Carmichael's teacher told him, was like, you're not like the other kids.
That's what I say. All the times people come up, people always say, and their testimony is, my teachers told me I'd never make it. And I was just like, my teachers told me the exact opposite. Like,
hey,
my teacher was like, you're gonna have your own show. And this is like from middle school, and in high school it was like real heavy. So
what did your teachers tell you, Moni?
They didn't really talk to me that
much.
That's
how I felt.
I didn't get no inspiration. Actually, I'm really disappointed.
Like,
none of them are notable. That's probably why I was mediocre for a really long time. I'm trying to be great.
Hey, let's talk outside of class. They were like,
I'm like, damn.
None of them were notable. Wow.
Yeah, I don't think they didn't really say too much. It was a big school though. Maybe that was a problem. Where did y'all go to high school?
We went to the best high school academically in the state.
A House.
Arlington High School.
Oh.
Who? A House.
I didn't know what that. Now I know.
What high school you went to?
Sorry. It's Ritter.
That's fine.
Wow.
Yeah, I went to BD. Davis, yeah. And I wasn't attached. Like, I don't feel like, go Giants. I mean, I was there.
It's just something you had to do.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was trying to get the hell up out of here. I do know that.
Something you got to do.
Yeah, we're just like, I got to get this.
The times.
So, yeah, man, you know what I mean? So, but that's super dope, though.
I really feel like it depends on what kind of student you are, because I don't think, like, there wasn't like they were teaching separate facts at the different high schools. It was just, it's just.
I don't know.
They weren't.
Okay, well, I can't say that for sure. But, okay, what was it? A-Town? What'd you call it?
A-Town.
A-House.
House. That's the word. Yep, house. Yep, that's
it wasn't the best school academically. I was just throwing that out there.
Y'all seem smart enough. Like, I've met much dumber
people.
He's
hilarious.
Well, thank you.
Well,
thank you.
You're welcome.
Much dumber.
Much dumber.
Much
Y'all on the high
level. Way dumber. Way dumber.
That was a compliment somehow.
Somehow, some way. Thank you.
Yeah. So you guys, with the troupe that you guys have now, y'all call it a troupe group?
I never heard of troupe.
Made Man true.
That's the white thing. What do black people call the people that gather together that do improv?
Gang.
It's true.
Gang.
The improv.
Nah, we just say the crew, the gang, whatever.
Pack.
So, but y'all don't get tired of each other? Like, because I do notice that I'm like, y'all must really like each other because y'all spend a lot of time. You know,
we take breaks from each other. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we go.
Listen,
I ain't trying to see nobody
being
today.
around this many people, it's a lot of strong personalities.
Attitude.
Sure, I can see that.
So yeah, so you definitely need breaks. But
Troy takes his breaks while we're still together.
Hey,
so the group, so the
my
group
energy depletes.
so the stigmatism that come with him is the group. They always say, Troy don't like us, do we? Because Troy, he'll take his break. We like when I told him we got to meet mandatory weekly. Troy, if Troy show up and you going once you look at that door, you got to just see what Troy's coming through that door.
You're reading his eyes like.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, Troy's here, but he's not here.
It's a Troy that doesn't want to be bothered.
He don't want to be bothered today.
That's hard. How you push through with that though? Because that is a lot. Because I mean, not like you're asking them. Like this is what it takes, right? You have to show up. You have to be here. Like how do you do that?
Troy, how do you do
push
that?
through? Yeah, how you do that?
Troy? How do you push through?
Yeah, how you push through?
What are some of your coping tools?
Yeah, deep breaths, yoga. What you know what I'm saying?
I don't even know if I have a coping tool. I really don't. I push through.
Everybody
Literally, I
looks
come. What's my
What do you?
coping?
So nature.
That's
Basically, you're
what it
saying
is.
nature helps you get through.
absolutely.
Okay, we gotta respect
That's
nature.
what I'm gonna play.
That's exactly how you
A
push through.
natural.
But
way.
I mean,
He said that's exactly it. Let me
I
tell you.
guess that I don't even look at it as a coping thing, but I guess it is. But
Yeah, for sure.
Y'all should ask how do we cope when he acts how he acts. That's to be the real thing. How do we cope with it? Because Gerald would get tired, but Gerald will really like push through.
Okay.
Like
I'll push.
he
So what does he do?
Like salt and
He
pepper.
show up.
Okay, well,
It's a
that's
difference
half the
between
battle.
showing up and that's half the battle.
It's hard. It's really 80%.
Gerald, how do you push through?
How do you-
Maybe somebody
Look,
maybe
he got stuff to say.
I
Maybe
push
he
through. I
will.
just like, you know what? I'm only here for 2 hours. I'm gonna make the best of it. I'm gonna make me happy. So if I gotta crack jokes on everybody to make myself feel better, that's what I'm gonna do.
Respect.
If they talk to me, I'll talk back.
Okay.
I might not want to be there though, but they're not gonna know
Okay.
that
Make
if
sure they
I
don't
know
feel-
I'm finna have a bad day, I'm just gonna hit Justin up on the side like, Justin, I'm having a real bad day. I ain't gonna be able to make it.
That's
Okay. He's gonna be having a bad day. He's not gonna reach out to nobody. Come in there
Day. Why am I reaching out to anybody?
to tell somebody you're having a bad day.
so we can know how to properly care for you.
Right, or tell you need to stay home. Really just throwing off the energy.
He come and say, I'm having a bad day. We ending in 2 hours and we're not going over.
Right.
Oh,
And then at 9:30 he's putting on his coat like
he got his backpack on.
And came late.
came like so
Look,
I like
They clowning.
I don't see any
Oh my
any
God.
problem.
listen, we getting down to the nitty gritty right here, right now. I feel like we're getting down to
I
the,
get it.
You know what? I want you out.
Like, I get it. Like anxiety. I don't feel like being around people.
Can you relate
Because I
to
will
this?
go off. I mean, a lot of times I just fall asleep. I just literally turn myself off.
Well, don't come.
Well, people are like, sometimes you want to.
it's the energy.
Yeah.
It's the energy.
That's
I would
I am
much
that.
rather you
But
just
it's-
stay
but-
home
But
and relax.
that's my dedication though, because it's like I don't feel like doing this and going through it, but I'm dedicated to this, and I want to make sure that I'm here and I'm showing.
and
my
you know what? I appreciate that, Troy.
Yeah,
How
be
about
happy.
That? Yeah.
Don't
Like
worry.
me.
Like me.
But y'all was just at my house yesterday. Y'all know I try. Y'all was just we was at my house, which I see sticky notes around the house.
Listen,
That
he's
wasn't
out
Literally
sticky notes.
reminders
That-
to be
that-
happy.
I'm on your side.
So
That wasn't a
like
sticky
I
note.
tried. Seriously.
And all
do.
different. That
It's
wasn't
all
a
good.
sticky
We-
note.
What do you think of a stick? When you see a sticky note, what do you think? Like a post-it?
Okay, I ran out of sticky
Oh, so
notes.
not like- okay.
So I ripped up some pieces
not
of
like a-
You
paper
just taped them
and
up.
taped them.
Yo, I respect
Which is more
it.
With this
economical.
kindergarten
which is
ass
more
handwriting.
the column for Troy.
What they want
So,
to say? Be happy.
I don't see any problems.
Be happy. What is
He's
that?
obviously thriving.
Leave that boy
You gotta do
alone,
what
man.
works.
That's some
Listen,
kindergarten paper.
I'm just saying it get hard sometimes. Do what you gotta
Construction
do.
paper, yes. I'm
In
probably
conclusion of that,
Yeah, I know,
it's,
right?
it's
Have
so
moving on.
it's just so many personalities that you have to adjust
I
to
got you.
within the
Yes.
thing. But it all works. It's like a melting pot, and we all
Fact.
let everybody have their moment, and we deal with each
That's
other, and we
what's
meet each other where they at.
That's what's. So what's the
That's
best
true.
part of your crew? Like, what do you think is your favorite part of having this group? And doing shows?
Sharing the success. Like if if people would just put all the success on me, like I wouldn't like it at all.
Okay.
But actually like not just share the success, it's like they earned it. Like they helped me build
course.
this like from ground up. And then I think above that is just like the stuff we do off stage. the stage is the bonus part that y'all get to see. But those cabin trips, those trips to the bar, those trips out to eat, those trips over Troy's house.
Eating out and shit. I'm like, damn, I'm here making spaghetti.
Those are paid for by the postman. Those are paid for by Gerald. So shout out to Gerald. Yeah, he break bread and he be hitting parlays. So, but yeah, that's the stage is just extra. Like it's just like really like a bonus. But all the stuff that's off stage is just like.
Oh, I probably need to eat a donut.
Damn, did y'all hear that?
Grumbling.
I was like, wow. Damn, that was bless her heart. That was rude. Bless that baby's heart. That baby hungry. Let me take this, okay?
Yeah.
Listen, but I admire that about your group. You can tell. I think that is what you said earlier. Like people like y'all show because y'all genuinely like each other. Yeah. It's a family. It's a vibe. You know what I'm saying? From the people who come to see you guys to you guys coming together. I feel like authenticity is at an all-time low in this bitch, especially with social media and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? People really, like y'all could have this real conversation about like some of the challenges of coming together because all people see is like the polished.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Show, and people don't see that. Like, nah, like Troy came, he had to write on the post-it today to even be here today. You know what I'm saying? And whatever. So, like, all the coping that happens.
I know, looking at your social media, your life looks easy.
Yeah, dude, you be fancy. Hell yeah.
But that's we talked about that. No, we talked about that.
I feel like I need to start making my life look a little harder on social media. Because it's not that easy.
You know what I wanted to start doing? Because everyone always wants to post like their food. I'm like, post the dishes. Like that's what I want to like post after I make a meal. Because nobody ever sees this
I feel like my social media may be too polished.
Listen,
we talk about it all the time. It's like we call it. I used to call it the rotisserie. Like people would see the rotisserie, but they wouldn't see the raw chicken, and they would be like, "We want to be a part of. We want to be a part of the show. We put us on stage." It's like you just want to come and benefit from the rotisserie, but they had the raw chicken. They brought. They cleaned the dishes and all that.
To bring the seasoning in that bitch
and all that. So it's just like
And do y'all clean y'all chicken? I always say y'all gotta probably clean it.
Troy's the cook.
I don't cook.
Yeah.
I do want to highlight and give him props. He's the best cook out of everybody.
Sometimes I don't. Okay. And I'll say this though, because really all the germs are going to be killed once you cook the chicken.
Thank you,
in the
Troy.
Heat.
That's science.
Literally,
I think it's more just like the.
What Justin?
Go ahead, G.
I'm just asking. A lot of people be talking about it.
Just because you say the grease is gonna kill it?
Heat.
The heat.
The heat. Okay, so that's like saying, I dropped a raw piece of chicken outside on in the dirt. You're like, I'm not gonna wash this off. I'm gonna put it in the grease because the grease is gonna kill it.
That's not the same.
It's still dirty.
Here's the thing.
You need to wipe the chicken off.
Troy, let me take this.
So you need to. So look,
I listened to a little show on NPR called The Splendid Table, and they were talking about how like most of the cross contamination is caused by cleaning the chicken off because the water particles splash off of the chicken all over.
Troy actually told me that,
and so it's better just to pat it dry with a paper towel. That's way better for anything that you're worried. But it's a raw piece of chicken. If you don't cook it properly, it is going to make you sick. So anything that was on the outside of the chicken, everything inside is way more important. So by the time it kills the outside, that's been killed by the time the stuff on the inside got killed. And that's science, and everyone can deal with it.
Well, what I'm going to tell you, I'm not speaking on the splatter because guess what I do after I'm done cleaning my chicken? I clean everything around it. I move all my...
But it's an aerosol effect.
Great. I'm still cleaning. I'm cleaning.
Yeah, what y'all mamas did. Y'all mamas been cleaning chicken for years.
So my thing is this, I'm going to at least put it in a bowl. There's going to be some water to hit it before
I think, and we've also learned here, like, growing up, just because our parents done them for years doesn't mean that it was the right thing.
That's very true.
That's a fact.
I
would have to agree.
And there's a lot of things my kids aren't going to do that I did. Like I had to deal with it because I'm raising them to be better than me.
Tradition isn't always.
Yeah.
Because Big Mama used to cut that turkey in half and put it in the
You know what else is a
thing.
tradition? Female genital mutilation.
Wow. She can't wait to bring that up, guys. Y'all don't want to hear about
what
that.
What is
that? Yeah. Okay. Do you really want to get into that?
Yeah.
I want you to have a nice Sunday.
You know what? We'll send you a link to an episode where we talk about
female what?
FGM, female genital mutilation.
What is this?
Just when they cut the clits off. Like it's been going on for thousands of years.
Look at his face. I wish we had better. Listen, we need a team here.
House of Dubai, the Ethiopian one?
Yeah.
You said y'all cut the clits off?
Not me. Don't say y'all. I ain't got nothing to do with that now. Listen, you ain't about to put that on
all
me.
by yourself. No,
not me.
No, it's a practice.
See, why are you going to list this?
At the beginning? When they're first born?
No, it's usually like when they're like 12, 14 or something like that.
And you do what?
They literally sew their clitoris.
There's different ways of doing it, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah,
exactly. That's the real question. But I feel like we should get off of that though, because this is a bummer.
Gerald, right? Yeah, there's no happy way to talk about it.
Are you sure you don't want to be a comedy podcast?
I just want to know, does that affect anything when they do
a lot of things? Yes, there's this organization called the Fistula Foundation.
So you can't get pregnant?
No, you can still totally get pregnant.
They'll just cut you up on
it's
your
just so
wedding
that you don't
night.
have any sexual enjoyment from it.
Wow.
Right?
Because you're a whore if you do.
So they'd be like freezing our nuts.
No. It would be
freezing our nuts off.
Maybe.
That's like
maybe before they cut them off. Look.
That's like
wow. Where are we going?
That's like getting.
That's like sewing the pee hole together.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, sewing the pee hole together.
Not exactly.
Okay. What? So guess what, guys?
That's like me.
That's like the head of the penis.
It's like me taking the nerves out of my penis and I can't feel anything anymore.
It'd be more likely that of cutting the head of the penis off. It's just like you're still functional, but you're not getting as much enjoyment. Like that would be something of a parallel, but it's not an exact analogy because we have very different parts.
I was gonna say, but that could be undone too, though.
Yes, because of the nerve endings.
So you can't undo cutting the head off.
True.
No, it's just gone.
True.
It's just gone. But notice that's not a thing.
But no one's
though.
doing that.
Yeah.
No one's really doing that.
So moving along, I feel like we ruined your Sunday. I know.
We'll send you a link. Yeah, we promise. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mess up your world like that.
She likes to bring up stuff like that.
I'm just saying there's bad traditions.
There are. That was an excellent example. Excellent example.
Yeah,
exactly.
I never heard of that.
Listen, everybody's chilling. So find a way to make that funny on y'all show. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the next subject. We're gonna shout that out when y'all looking for show ideas. It's like give us ideas. It's like somewhere you can work, and it'd been like, oh, a female genital. Oh my God.
I'm gonna say Troy.
Right, exactly. He's gonna have to be the main person in that one. Oh my gosh. So you guys,
yeah, you missed doing surgery at a laundromat. That was great.
Oh, was that last night? Mm-hmm. Do y'all remember that?
And sound effects.
Doing surgery at the laundromat.
Do you remember that, Gerald? Were you still around?
Were you there? Okay.
That was who
still awake for that?
You? Is that with the lawnmower?
Yeah.
I don't know how that came into
scalpel. Trying to start a scalpel.
Listen, that's a fun game. The sound effect game, it has to be one of my favorite ones too.
Is it?
I think so. Yeah, it's funny because because it's like you don't know what to do. Because I think it was like a toilet flushing one time, and the sound I can't recreate the sound, but it was hilarious.
Someone was saying, "Justin, you do it." I was like,
I can't do it. Yeah. So, you guys, I wanted to ask y'all, what is the future of the Made Man Improv show? Like, where do y'all see it going as a group? And then individually. So actually, I'm gonna start with you, Troy. What do you think about? I know. Let's lock eyes really awkwardly right now and talk about it. But no, like, where do you see so you can talk about individually. Like, what are your goals and stuff, and like, where do you see your career going? Like, what are your goals? What are you trying to
do? That's a good question. So honestly, like, for improv, I hope it go as far as, like, for me, I hope it go as far as it can go. So I want it to go all the way to the top, and if I'm with it, I'm going. And my goal from it individually is to be able, because I'm in fashion.
I noticed that.
Oh my goodness!
Is that why you're sitting on the fur coat right now? Is that why you're sitting on the fur?
My original background before I started doing improv is in fashion. I've been modeling for like over 10 years. Actually, just won 2 awards: Model of the Year,
Put the applause
Male
on
Print Model, and
yes.
Male Commercial Model of the Year. But I'm also a stylist as well, a men's stylist. So my goal is with this is to be able to like get endorsements.
Let's go.
And gain an audience through Made Man Improv, and like get a bigger audience with fashion, and then like get those endorsements deals from the big brands. Like, yo, can you wear this on stage? Can you wear these shoes? Can you wear this jacket? And then just get a bigger audience on social media.
Okay.
So yeah.
Let's go. So like making your full-time living.
Yeah, I want a brand. I want a bigger brand with Troy, and I want to be able to.
So you heard that, people. Troy is attractive on a professional level.
That's right. So do you would you want to do your own line of stuff, like? Because you're talking about collaborating with other pre-existing brands, the whole conversation around like Kanye and him like linking himself to big brands and stuff, and the whole Sway conversation, like, nigga, why don't you make your own shit?
Yeah, so how are you like
Sway?
Kanye?
So no, but I want to ask you. No, we're not talking about that. I'm asking you specifically, please. Let's stay on track. I'm specifically asking, like, to that point of like, you know, I think Black people associate success with other people's brands. You know what I'm saying? And like we get to be more consumer driven than we are creative. So being a creative, is that like a route you could see yourself doing, like creating your own brand or kind of branching out like that?
Absolutely. Yeah. It actually is a goal of mine. Like I want to learn how to start sewing, and I want to make my own clothes. So yeah, that's definitely a goal to have my own brand.
Okay, I like it. All right. Let's start this guy. Jordan, what you think? What are you?
I say for the group.
Yeah.
I'm definitely ready to go on tour. Like to prove to people that okay, yeah, we've conquered Indianapolis. You know what I'm saying?
Clearly.
And it's time to go down to like a Bloomington or something, or even go to Cincinnati.
Man, Chicago. What you talking about?
You know what I'm saying? Just anywhere.
New York, yeah, LA,
anywhere.
Like,
so
saying.
the group.
St. Louis is a
everywhere.
He said Bloomington first.
Yeah, no, I want to go down. I want to be a Hoosier. Right. So
okay, so take the show on the road, like in the state first, and then kind of branch out
boom.
from there.
So and then for individually, for me, I would like to get my acting skills better. Like far as tapping into different characters.
I like that.
Like I don't want to when people see me on stage, like, oh, it's Gerald. Like if he gives me a role where I gotta play
Miss Pearly,
right?
You know
yeah.
Miss Pearly really showed up yesterday.
Did she? I didn't even see y'all picked up on the
yeah. He definitely played an old lady character. Was counting money at a church, and it was like, oh yeah.
Pearly, see?
So if I gotta play like a construction worker, I don't want you to be like, oh, that's Gerald. No, I want you to see a construction worker. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to get into my character building.
Like that.
Or whatever. So that's for me.
Do you have a background in acting, or
no.
This is like the segue into that? Basically.
This is a segue.
Yeah,
that's a segue. Yeah.
So Justin was a segue. That takes us back to him then, I guess. So as the grandfather, if you will, of as the originator of this crew, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you see? Like, what do you envision for your crew? Like, how do you see your future 5 to 10 years down the line? Like, are y'all still doing improv here? Are y'all taking it on the road like your cast members? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, so a tour is definitely in the works.
Okay,
that's coming, and I'm talking about as soon as probably like next year.
Oh,
so
breaking
even
news,
piggyback, breaking news.
You know what I'm saying?
So piggybacking off of him with him, because we've had conversations as far as like him saying Bloomington and stuff. It makes sense because we do want to conquer, like he said, conquer our city, our state, and doing a statewide tour, just tapping into different, you know, cities like, you know, the colleges and stuff that we've already visited in the past, and going back to those, and just to get those different crowds under their belts. You know what I'm saying? So I think that'll just help us as far as boosting our morale and kind of giving us more confidence when you can, because when you're in your own backyard doing it, it can feel like, are we good, or y'all really just fox with us?
Trust me.
When we go to a city or a state where they don't know us, they don't owe us anything, I think that's when it'll start to make sense. So definitely a tour. And when you talk about 5 to 10 years, I still want to be able to take this thing on the road, but I still want to, like you said, I want to pitch this to networks and things like that, to where, and honestly, I want to become an attraction here in the city, to where people come from New York and people come from LA, and they say, well, we in the city, what we gotta do? You have to stop past, you know, the Made Man Theater, because they have this show.
Did you say Made Man Theater?
Oh yeah, for sure. And it probably won't even be Made Man Theater, but definitely,
I mean, but that's,
a theater
what I'm
is
saying.
what
I love that you're saying that,
no,
though.
yeah, a
like,
theater is definitely the goal.
Like ownership is
a
what
theater
I'm saying.
definitely will be had for multiple reasons, and not just for Made Man, because us kind of, you know, being pioneers here in the city as far as this goes, we know how we set in those rooms where they try to throw hurdles at you so you won't get into their buildings, to the point where it's just like, well, you know, at this point, if me paying you thousands of dollars is not good enough, then we don't want to be here. We'd rather not be here. So it kind of put a dent on it, because the supporters don't see that, and they just like, we just want to show. But it's just like, well, we're not going to sacrifice our integrity and stuff like that just so we can get you guys. We will just to get in the building. We would rather do what we got to do now so we can get the building. So that's the goal. That's 5 to 10 years of having that building, and having them leave their jobs to do this full time, and starting the programs for adults. It's a lot of stuff out here that's starting for kids, and that's dope. But I feel like just finding those young adults that people just kind of feel like, well, I'm just gonna do my day to day, and I'm content with it. And they kind of feel like, well, if I haven't done it by now, you know, it's probably too late. But just kind of tapping in with those adults, and they said, no, come over here to Made Man Improv Academy, and under the leadership of these instructors and stuff, and with us, we're gonna do this 13-week program to build confidence, to build self-esteem, and then y'all's graduation, so to speak, can be a show. So it's a lot of big plans and stuff, and with that, we know that different organizations going to say, who are they? Like, we want them to come over here, and we want them to come do this. So endorsements and stuff for them. And, you know, Gerald, he's big on TikTok and stuff. So just kind of getting people out there a little bit more, just doing my part, been a stepping stone. And
I like that.
Yeah.
Y'all are inspiring me right now.
I said this on the episode I said not to bring up anymore. And like, because we didn't, but just so that people can actually hear it, because it's like, it gives you permission to play. Because like you said, as adults, there's no like time where it's like, oh, you know, you get to just play, maybe like basketball, but if you don't like sports, there's nothing to do to where you can just play. And this is like, gives you permission to do that.
We need recess.
We do need recess.
Recess.
We on stage for 2 hours just having a time.
Man, and it was a very recess kind of very fun vibe. Like, because it was really easy to do the interviews because people want to talk about it. Like, people want, I feel like it's like summer camp. Yeah. Like, it's for a very, you know, everybody's here for a good time. Like, we all know what we're here for. So,
which I do think that was a dope part, and I think it was extremely dope having y'all do it. Yeah, man, because we didn't want to just pick people. They was just like, well, let's just find some people that's already on the Made Man, you know, cast or staff to go do it. It was like, no, let's bring some dope people.
Now. Where's my?
No, not on the staff.
Oh, that's sorry. I misunderstood. I got a little ahead of myself.
So we wanted them to see some fresh, beautiful faces, and then be more welcoming. And they just like, because honestly, if we sent like some guys out there, people probably would still gravitate to them.
I feel you.
And shout out to Connor, because Connor, he kind of started doing it with people, but you can kind of see their faces in the videos. Like, this white man has a camera in my face and asking about.
Connor.
So like shout out to Connor, but I was like thinking, like seeing y'all and just like welcoming.
We're disarming.
Like, so it's just like, oh, I want to go talk to them. And I seen, even when the interview that we kind of crashed, we kind of seen how even the people that y'all wasn't interviewing, the people who was around y'all watching, was just like, it's like a show before the show. Right. So I think that part of it was just like, we need to continue doing it. So shout out to y'all. Thank you for that.
That's weird. Thank you for having the show late. I'm like, for as hard as it is to get tickets and for much as it costs, like seriously, like that show is halfway over and you are just now getting
I hate it. Do not understand.
That is so
I hate it.
Kat was like, it's 7:34. I was like, it's niggas. Like, what you mean? Like, of course.
No, for real.
And I'm not on time for anything. Honestly, I wasn't on time today, but it's like that's really.
We
late.
were on time.
Yeah, so
of course,
even piggybacking off of that, like I think it's important for us to still say, because a lot of people who have shows, they say, well, we know people are not gonna get here until if the show starts at 7:30, we're not gonna be here until 8, so let's wait around. That's a slap in the face to the people who showed up at 6:30, 7 o'clock.
There,
so it's just like, no, we're gonna start on time, and then once you get there and realize that it's only 45 minutes left,
that's
it's just like we start on time because of that. But because it is, and I will say, and I know y'all can attest to it, it is very, I'm not gonna say depressing, but it's just like when we go out there and it's out of 100 people is 110 people in the crowd and they just scattered around. So it's like, we gonna give y'all, we'll try to give y'all the best energy, but our show is really, we thrive off of the energy that y'all give.
I don't want to see no empty seats.
No empty seats. And it's been, I think it was one show this year, maybe it was the 20th show. We came out there and it was just packed already, and we were just so impressed. Yeah, that's the feeling you get. You like, yes. But you come out there, like you said,
it's like, oh, hey,
it's like, bro, y'all fight for these tickets.
I mean, people were standing out there waiting. Don't get me wrong. Like when we got there, because we got there right at 6:30. I mean, there was a few people there already. You know what I'm saying? Then
it's just like, bro.
Wow. Yeah, I can see that. But y'all, listen, you guys have
a sneaker gala too.
It really is.
Yeah.
You said so what?
It's a sneaker gala.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I never even thought about anything like that.
Everybody has
people like they always say, "What should I wear?" I was like, "Don't wear heels." That's why I tell them, "Don't wear heels."
I wear heels.
She did. I had on flats.
But I'm a moron.
I'm sure that is not true. She's a fancy moron if that's the case. But yeah, I was like, what are you wearing?
An unstoppable moron. We've established trying is my superpower.
It is. Yeah, I appreciate that about you because, man.
Kat did make the, when she was like, it's kind of like the women be fashionable there. And I was like, yeah, they really do. Like,
yeah, they do.
I really don't even pay attention.
Really?
What do you pay attention to, Gerald?
Yeah. What you be paying attention to? That is a good question.
Yeah. I know, that is a good question.
What y'all pay attention to?
Where on stage?
Yeah.
Yeah. In general.
Because it doesn't seem like much is catching your attention.
Right.
So I wonder what does.
Y'all boring out here.
No, they be paying. I just don't pay attention to what people got on. Like,
what do you pay attention to, though?
If I see a woman out there, I'm like, damn, she's fine. Like, she look good.
That's nice. Okay.
She look nice. If somebody's on stage, if Troy's next to me, I might say something like, why they say that, or this and that, or look at Justin's face. Like, it's a lot. Like, it's a lot going on. Like, so it's just
great. Commentary.
Roast mode.
Yeah,
I get in the moment.
Yeah, I get in the moment.
I want to talk about that, y'all. I'm sorry. See, in the moment. So doing improv, you have to be in the moment. That means you have to be a good listener, right?
Yeah,
I'm not the best.
We talk about awareness all the time.
Awareness. We push that heavy.
Yeah,
like
awareness.
People are not, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I recognize, like, we've been doing this podcast for about 1.5 years, and I think we do good because we've known each other for forever. But, you know, like, what tips would you give people who are looking for, like, communication, like, advice? Because being present's part of it, listening's part of it. How do you do that, though? Because you can know that in your mind, but what are things you can do to practice it?
That's a good question. I think just for us, period, like I told them, I was like, I think you need to be, a lot of times you want to be present, you want to be aware, you're trying to be aware of the things that you should be aware of. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, make sure that my part is right for this. And it's like, sometimes the awareness comes in with something that has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
So it's like, so it's just like, me personally, when I'm on stage, a lot of times people be like, you look dead at me and didn't speak. And it's like, because I'm playing, let me find you. I'm playing an usher. I'm playing security. Right. I'm playing all these different roles. Ticketmaster to where my awareness just has to be. Sometimes, like, I might not be able to speak or anything like that, and it's because of I see a couple that's been standing for 2 scenes, and it's just like I'm still trying to deliver funny, but my mind is like I need to get them seated because I don't want them to feel like we standing up. So I would just say, like, if you are, like, as far as building awareness, you have to, and it's going to be tough, but you have to try to be aware of things that don't pertain to what it is that you're trying to be aware of. Like, if I'm just so worried about the show, then it's going to be a bad thing for the audience because I have to worry about the audience to a certain degree. So it's just like my awareness is just like boom, 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 boom. I'm looking at the cast, looking at the DJ, because there's so many moving parts to the show to where it's just like, I'm so worried about the cast now. I'm worried about the audience now, and then we like, okay, they turning up, and the DJ play a R&B song, and it's just like, no, I have to be aware enough to be like, no, they turn it up. Like, you got to go back and do this. So
for sure. A lot of moving pieces. Well, what about y'all though? Because I mean, even with, you know, you being part of the troupe or whatever, like, sorry, I keep saying troupe, crew. Forgot that's not the way we say it. Y'all crew or whatever. Like, what do you feel like are some tips though for like being able to read each other though? Because I think sometimes you be waiting to say something, right? You be like, oh, I got to get this off. And you're not necessarily paying attention.
Not just making sure that you know what you're supposed to be doing in the show, but making sure that you know what everybody's supposed to be doing in the show, and making sure that you know what's supposed to be going on in the show. So, for instance, like last night, when we were about to start playing the cookie game, it's not our job for me and Gerald too, but we both was looking at the show list and we was like, well, what's up next? It's the cookie game. Okay, boom. We both got our chairs and put them out there for the contestants to come up there and sit in the chairs to play the cookie game. Right. So it's just, and that's only because we know the show.
And I know that sounds simple, like how he just said it, but that's a big deal. Because a lot of times people watching the show, and I'm not saying I'm too good to do anything, because there's been plenty of shows where when we was at the fort, I'm starting the show and I don't have nobody on the curtains and I'm doing the curtains, and a lot of people just didn't know. But that sounds small, sounds like okay, but for the show to actually move how it's supposed to move, it's easier for me to announce something and everything already be set up. So for them to like take the initiative as vets, as the all-stars of the show, and just be like, what's next? Well, I know this is next, so let me go ahead and get this stuff set up. It's a big help. It's a huge help.
I mean, like, just awareness and anticipating needs, like, that's hard. That's and honestly, I say that would probably branch out to everything. That's personal relationships, that's friendships, that's all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Being able to really be tapped into like, what's the need here? You know what I'm saying? And like not being focused on you. That's the hardest part, because I think sometimes, like, you know, I'll have a lot of things I want to say, you know, in a conversation. So I'll be like, okay, I got to put this in my notes, make sure I say this. But then that can take away from just like having a genuine connection with the people that are sitting in front of me, and kind of like, because I'll listen back sometimes, like, damn, I missed a chance to say this, because I was thinking about the next thing I wanted to say. I fucking hate that. Why should I do that? And I'm like, I want to be better at this.
You be in the car like, I could have said this.
I could have said this. It would have been so much more fun.
I'm a horrible person.
If I was
that. I can't relate. I always say exactly what I want to say. I get it all out.
Well, listen, she's out here nailing it. She's out here nailing it.
Oh no.
But
but you're all the way over there.
They're gonna take me to dinner after this.
Oh, nice. Must be nice.
Did y'all know that?
They do now.
Were y'all aware that y'all taking him out?
Troy dinner.
Troy owes us dinner.
No, y'all taking him out to dinner. That's
well, actually, Troy's taking both of us. But we don't even.
Okay.
We'll discuss this later.
Wow. Well, listen, I feel like, is there anything else you want to, is there anything, let me ask y'all, is there something that y'all wish people would ask y'all that they never do? You know what I mean? Because y'all been in a million interviews at this point, and it's like boring, answer the same questions. What do y'all wish somebody would ask y'all? Because I want to ask that question because I don't know what it is.
So even a lot of interviews that I do, especially if they're there with me, I like for people to ask more of the in-game questions because people ask me questions all the time, and I'm on podcasts all the time, and I'm like, this is dope. But I'm not gonna say I'm just the host, but I'm just the host. Right. So the in-game situation, it's like interviewing a basketball team and just talking to the coach. It's like, man, let's ask the players because they the ones that did the 360. They the ones that played good defense. They the ones that put up 40 points. So it's just like I'll be wanting like in-game questions because I don't know. I've never out of 25 shows, I've never played a game. So it's just like
slacking. That's so true. I'm glad you said that. Now I'm looking at you differently. No, I'm teasing. I'm teasing. Yeah, I'm teasing. No, I'm teasing. No, that's dope.
No, I can't really think of anything. Okay. I really can't. Yeah.
Well, I think that's really nice that you feel the need to do that because I think in a lot of team situations, it's easy to be the person like, oh, you know what I'm saying? All that. So the fact that you're like redirecting it back toward the people who you know make you, like that's part of what we were talking about, team building and
like you said, like they only see the product. Y'all only see the product on stage. Yeah. In rehearsal, we argue.
Yeah, I bet.
People cry, you know what I'm saying? Not like, I can't take it, but, you know, it's tears coming down. Like,
feelings.
We go back and forth.
People be feeling feelings.
Right.
It's real. This shit's real.
Like, the shit
is
real.
Like,
that's the best way to this is
people
real.
be in their feelings, like, on the cast members. It happens. I mean, I think it happens with any type of group. You know what I'm saying? Somebody feels like they're not getting enough shine. Or using that person too much. It all happens. Like it's so many egos and attitudes in the group that people don't even understand. But we push all that to the side once we get on stage. When we get on stage, we all brothers and sisters. Like we finna come out here and put on a great show.
And make each other look good. Right. Like that's what y'all are there for.
I would say attitudes, not egos.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. I don't think nobody in our group has it.
So out of the two of you, because it's always teams. Like out of the two, how many of you won, Troy?
Probably Gerald, definitely, because I ain't gonna
lie.
In the very beginning, I took some. In the beginning, I took some. I took some beatings in the beginning, and it was rough. But definitely Gerald, probably.
I think if you was to wait on a schedule, like me on a scale now, it would be debatable. Like we would really have to go in and say, all right, who won?
It's probably like 14-11.
But in the beginning, Gerald was sweeping stuff.
He's not keeping track.
Gerald was
right. You know what I'm saying? Just casually. He's got a chalkboard. Yeah,
about the ratio.
You know, about something like 11.
In the beginning, Gerald was really like, he was just coming for blood.
But you have to love it to keep coming back though like that, because it is hard to take an L and be like, okay, I'm back.
It just makes you stronger though. Like that.
At the beginning, it was more of motivation. Like, y'all, I lost last game, lost show, we gotta win next. But now,
in the beginning, it was literally competition to the point where at the end of the show, if they lost, now, win or lose, people were out there taking pictures. They hugging each other. At the very beginning, it was like it was one we always talk about. I think it was their first loss, and Gerald, people come up to the stage taking pictures, and Gerald just sitting on stage like this, like he can't
Bill
believe
Belichick.
And this is not even a joke. His legs is out. He just like, and people like, Gerald, and he just kind of just sitting
no, I'm not.
The competition was real. I had to like get to the point where I tell myself like, okay, it's a competition, because not only like it was competition on stage, the competition was off stage as well on social media. Y'all, it was horrible. Wow. So like mentally, I had to tell myself like, okay, we're putting on a good show overall. Like I want to win, but my thing is, long as I have a good show and I can leave the stage and say, Troy, you had a good show, then that's all that matters to me, because you let that competition get to you and
it'll eat you up.
Yeah.
They were rude. They were reckless. Like the show started the week of the show, they were photoshopping pictures, and it just got
it was real.
It was some stuff that I was scrolling through, and I was just like, we laughing at, this is hilarious, and then some stuff it was just like, do you mean have him take that down?
Is everything okay?
Yeah, because it's just like, this is like y'all are taking it too far. And then the day of the show, him the most, Gerald the most. Like he's comes to steal, kill, and destroy when it comes to the
I'm
show.
I'm trying to break your whole soul down so when you get up here, you're going to cry.
He's not only going to amplify and uplift his team. He's going to do everything he can to infiltrate your team and destroy. And they fall. This last group, we told them, they said, we know, and then they would fall for it every time.
Every time.
And I was like, why do y'all fall for it?
It's effective, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's like, it works.
He'll tell me too.
He's the biggest troll.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He would literally, they have group chats on Facebook or something to keep all the information, keep all the information going and stuff. He would create another group chat and be like, all right, y'all, with the other team. And they would be like, oh, they moved you to this team? And he was like, yeah, so this is what it is. And blah, blah, blah.
George.
No, for real.
What are you doing? He cut somebody off and literally it's like, I'm not talking to you. And the person like really felt it like, is he really not my friend no more?
So he's like, I can kind of separate this shit. It ain't nothing.
And then he win the show and they be like, man, we was cool. I was just playing. It's like, bro, you didn't talk to me for 3 weeks.
Right. It's like, I really was.
We doing a draft picking teams. He going back telling people, yeah, you know, they
you got picked last.
Yeah. Like,
these are the things he do.
I feel like he's one of my brothers. He's how I know.
Yes.
Kind of energy near my brothers have. I'm like, yeah.
And the thing is, you would think that they would just roll off their back and they be like, well, they did. They did add me to the chat last.
Right.
You know they add you last, right? I'm just trying to tell you. I thought you should know.
My God. So basically, that's how you get your life. That's what keeps you going.
I feel off of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it.
It happens. He's like, that's my
I really
favorite
do.
shit.
I love
It must be part of what makes the show great.
Yeah, I love causing confusion. I really do. But then when we on stage, I go back from team to team talking to each other. I might talk to my team, then I go over there and talk to their team and chill with them, and I just walk
Do you
back
bring
to my
that competition to other parts of your life?
Yes.
Is he okay?
Yeah. But he's.
I'm gonna say, a lot of people don't see it because I don't play the games.
Yeah.
But if me and Gerald was supposed to if we was to ever be on different teams and I was actually playing the games, people would see a new level of the show because it is legit.
I
would want you to be my spades partner.
I do love playing spades.
I was about to say, if we had a game night, I'm
which
like,
we will.
Gerald's on my team.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Y'all and us. We've talked about this.
Psychological warfare. It's great.
Yeah.
I heard you ain't really the game night.
It's not even. I'll play games, but see what I don't be liking is
don't like
fights and shit. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some elevated shit. So me and you could probably be.
He's not competitive. It pisses me off.
Yeah. Well, so what do you be wanting them to do?
I'll just have fun.
We want you to be. There's a level of fun.
They ain't because I get up there and it'll be my turn and I'll laugh my way through it.
No, you not be doing it for heads up. We need you to
focus. Yeah, we need you to focus.
Don't be out here fucking playing games.
Even
though we playing games.
We playing games, but don't play games.
We just realized this year. We've never played spades together. We've been friends for 100 years.
We realized that? I don't remember realizing that.
Yeah, have y'all played spades together?
I guess not.
I just found out
together for a long ass time.
I wanted to do a thing where we did a spades tournament. I wanted to do a show where we did that and hosted that or whatever. And she was very resistant to the idea. It was not yet.
I can see why.
I said, who are you inviting?
I can see why.
Because I'm not trying to have to cuss nobody out on. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
people be getting crazy. I'm saying it would have to be with people I knew. This would be fine because I know y'all.
Yes, not with randos. Just kind of.
I think I want to say on record that we challenge y'all to a game night.
Challenge
that's on the record. Do you have this everyone?
All right.
Okay, we're throwing down the gauntlet.
I feel like y'all would have to pick y'all have to pick 1 or 2 more people and we should really.
Maybe they can be. Where the ladies at? I'll never be seeing them in no interviews. Where they be?
They just got here.
How sexist is the Made Man Improv?
Right. How exactly?
It's very sexy.
Misogynistic.
It's very sexy.
No. Don't be trying to.
We've been accused of man bashing.
Ain't got nothing to do with us. And them teams was
that
tearing
ain't
y'all
got
up.
to do with us either,
them teams was tearing y'all up.
That's not true.
Woo!
You know what? On that note.
No, it's obviously giving equality at the Made Man Improv. So,
definitely, you guys. Well, listen, let's wrap this shit up. I want to thank you guys for being here. This was a really good talk. It's hot here.
Mammy.
It is warm.
Hopefully.
I have on a wool sweater.
Yeah, you do. It's super warm in here. But I wanted to thank y'all for being here. This is this was a treat, you guys. We appreciate y'all being here. Y'all could be doing anything. Y'all could be relaxing, eating y'all dinner, doing chores. I don't know.
This is dope, though. I appreciate y'all. This is the very first time that we And it was good to do this while we still on a high from the show. Like,
y'all just coming off of it.
Yeah, so this is a first for us.
That is something I did want to ask about that, because I hear people talk about this, like people who do like large venue performers, because it is type of a high. Like, how do you come down from that safely? Because a lot of times people start doing drugs because they want to keep that feeling.
It's crack.
Seriously, one of the dudes from New Edition was talking about that.
It helps.
Crack.
No.
Helps.
Same landing. Okay.
No, but we have a ritual. Like we have ritual. We get together post show and pre-show.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
and we decompress, talk about it. We would talk about it for about a week straight.
I think it's important to do that just so you can, like I said, just to kind of have those traditions. Like we either go out to eat the day before the show, and we kind of just prepare and kind of talk about what's expected and just kind of have fun with it. And then after the show, we go to brunch the next day.
Day of the show, we talking before.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm gonna get dressed.
Yeah. So
we talk about it.
And then I think it's really just like we got to be our biggest critics. So it's really like us kind of like grading everything to try to enhance the show. And it's like we always say.
I said it feels like a lot of intention. Like
directed. Yeah.
Meeting of the minds.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's just like we genuinely do this and we genuinely want to get better. So, while doing that, it's just like, all right, let's meet up to, eat and just let's discuss. And then from there, we could have did this. How we just said, I should have said this. I should have said that. You kind of just try to tap into other stuff to where it's just like, all right, now we graded ourselves. All right, now when we go back to rehearsal, let's implement everything we, kind of discussed.
Mm-hmm. That's smart.
Yeah, very much. So you guys, I want to give you guys a chance to shout yourselves out before we go, because we're gonna let y'all go get back to y'all night. So let's start with you again. I'm gonna go this way.
You can follow me on Instagram, Troy Oliver _ Facebook, Troy Oliver.
I like it. Is that it? That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Troy Oliver. That's him.
All right, that's him. I heard him.
Y'all can follow me on Facebook, Gerald Anderson, on Instagram, Gweezy, GWEEZY. Bada bing, bada boom.
Man, what about you, friend?
Don't follow me, follow Christ. No, just one. No, I don't want to shout myself out or anything. I just want to say thank y'all for the opportunity. And I want to say, to all my dreamers, keep dreaming and understand that, the goal is obtainable. So keep going.
I like it. That's what's up, you guys. Thank you for sharing your story with us today, you guys. Like they said, follow them on social media. You guys, if you haven't made it to a Made Man show, what the hell is wrong with you?
Please come out.
The shows are so dope, y'all. This is one of the best things. This is one of those
Don't play around with the tickets, though.
Don't
get your life together before
it goes on sale. That first show of the year, the tickets is probably going to go.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to go fast.
So,
new venue.
Right.
Take that back to get your life together.
Get your life together. Take that tax refund and get these tickets.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Right to the side.
Yeah, man. So thank you so much, y'all. We
thank
really
you
appreciate it. This
thank
was a
you,
good conversation.
you.
Hopefully y'all had a good time. And let's take a quick break.
All right.
Let's get out of here. Adventure and
it was. Are we back to the break?
Energy and sure.
That was very energetic. I really enjoyed that. I hope we can do that again soon sometimes, because they were a very fun bunch.
I know they were. Thank you guys again for coming. Especially because I was thinking, man, they probably were up late doing stuff.
I would think so.
Having a good time, and they were here with us. So we appreciate you guys.
Which was super nice.
Definitely. So I think it's probably time to. Well, I should do Stranger Than Fiction.
We could just skip it.
Scared.
It's not everybody does all of their segments every episode.
You know what?
That's very true.
What's Stranger Than Fiction is that we're here right now.
I feel like it's so conceited, but as time goes on, I'm more and more impressed by us.
Oh.
Honestly.
Okay.
Honestly, as many L's, we talked about taking some L's today, but as many L's as we take, and I feel like we have more W's.
That's true.
And we keep coming back for more. And to me, that's I expect to be impressed with you, but I'm always kind of surprised when I'm impressed by myself. Like, wow, I was able to keep doing this. Even though trying is my superpower, I do like to quit.
Isn't that funny how there's always the inverse to that?
It is
Feels
very
good
funny.
both ways.
So,
well, listen, what's stranger than fiction is that we're here, and guys, that's about it, I guess. I mean, we don't have.
You know what's stranger than fiction? We're a fake ass book club, and we didn't do the book we announced for last week. Today was supposed to be our holiday episode. We decided instead we were able to get an exclusive interview with Made Man Improv, so we did that instead. Hope you can forgive us. If you read the book, you're not going to be mad at us. It's a fun read. So we promise that next week we will, because we shouldn't even spin the wheel. If you want to know what we're going to do, we spent it last week. It's Holidays on Ice, David Sedaris. You want us to talk about it? We're going to have on holiday sweaters, not ugly sweaters, holiday sweaters. I found a cute holiday sweater. Did you? Because I usually do ugly sweaters.
Yeah.
But when you said yours is going to be cute, I didn't want to show up.
Well, it's not like the cutest, but it's not ugly either. You know what I'm saying?
You'll just have to send
cute.
me pictures. We always share. Yeah, sure. Final looks.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, this was really fun today.
But we love you guys. We love you. Thank you so much. Love. We love you.
Definitely. So you guys, hopefully you come back and join us. Hopefully you enjoyed the show today. You guys reach out to us at thefabpodcast@gmail.com if you have any suggestions for the show. Also check out our Patreon. You guys have to check us out, patreon.com/thefabpodcast. Join our family. Lots of fun content for you guys. Yeah, the holidays is coming up, so I'm sure y'all got plenty to do. So we're not gonna keep you. We're gonna let you get out of here, guys. So until next time, friends. Peace.
Before we go, we must give thanks to Urban Nerd for providing our music, and legal services were handled by Trezanae M. Atkins. If you like what you heard, please feel free to join us every Wednesday for another fake ass book club. Cheers.
Thank you guys for listening. You can check us out at thefabpodcast.com. Please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast wherever you're listening right now. We want to hear from you. Come put it in our life. Thanks again, and until next time, peace, love, and the Fake Ass Book Club. We out.